recipient. These carbon credits are processed by the big banks and goes through Tesla, and Elon Musk is a beneficiary. So he's a welfare bum. And the cars stink. They were ranked dead last in reliability recently by JD Power and Associates, or somebody who does all these types of work. I saw a video where one was stripped and taken apart, and it's like literally hamster poop in there and all kinds of garbage that they just stuff into the wheel wells, and they try. It's like buying a Tinker toy. And they're not safe. They constantly run into people. The autopilot's broken, and this guy is a lunatic.
So then somebody responded to that thread with a correction. And in addition to some of these acronyms that exist to plunder, it's kind of like I'm going to go through this list, and it reminds me of all those proof of stake coins and, pre-mine coins, essentially. And it's just balance sheet shenanigans that hide the fact that basically they're plundering the taxpayer, in my opinion. This person, AG123, responded, I think you're somewhat correct, but also missing a lot. RECs are produced from only Tesla's solar assets, Elon Musk's solar assets. What they're referring to are the ZEV credits, which are zero re-emission vehicle credits. These are new credits being issued by the EPA. And they go on to say, I agree to the extent that the crypto is a very bad look for their benefit of emissions markets, but think your direct link here is not likely accurate. I would guess they simply decided the negative look on the ESG front of using crypto was not worth the risk to their revenue. ESG is this new environmental, social, and corporate governance thing.
Right. ESG is the rebottling of the old wine called social responsible investing, SRI. All these acronyms that you just mentioned are derivatives of carbon credits. It's just like Goldman Sachs will say that we're creating a credit default swap, reverse collateralized by a mortgage obligation bond, which is collateralized by some other derivative based on an inverted yield curve and its value at risk. And it's just gobbledygook used to get extract free money from the Fed. And Elon Musk in the same camp as free money extractor from the U.S. taxpayer primarily. And these are just carbon credit derivatives. They're meant to obfuscate. It's accounting fraud. This guy is a major fraudster. He makes Charles Ponzi, would blush if he were still around with this lunatic in charge. And understand what this FUD is all about. If you want to really avail yourself to the beauty and the aesthetic genius that is Bitcoin, Bitcoin is designed to do one thing: kill central banks. It's hard-coded in the Genesis block, this very reference. It's designed elegantly to kill central banks. When central banks are killed, global energy usage goes from 160,000 terawatt hours, cut by 3/4. Okay? I'll say it again. 160,000 terawatt hours used right now on planet Earth gets cut by 3/4 once you kill the central banks. No other coin, no fiat, not even gold, can do this. So by putting energy and attention into an altcoin, you're delaying that Bitcoin epiphany, the Bitcoin singularity. And think, when I see all the things that are happening around the world, it's become a violent world. Remember, Bitcoin monetizes peace. Fiat money has a very kind of aggressive stage mother who's constantly putting them out there. He's got mommy issues. And as a result, there's a lot of problems. A lot of problems he's getting in the way of solving with this egomaniacal guy. It's sad. It's very, very sad.
So apparently he's got a lot of these ZEV credits. Remember, I told you zero re-emission vehicles. And that's the one that Fiat Chrysler is no longer going to be buying because they now have their own electric vehicle and are selling well. So that market is over. Apparently it's crashing, and it's operated by California, but 9 other states as well. And so he has these bags on his balance sheet of Tesla. They have about $2 billion worth. And again, just Google that, look it up. There's some articles about how those might actually be worthless now. So he's got $2 billion worth of these, government issued shit coins, essentially. Because
right, it is a shit coin. That's where I learned about shit coins, is government issued derivatives in the carbon credit market, shit coins. So that's exactly what's a real liability for the potential for human survival as a species. I mean, I realize he's trying to get to Mars because probably subconsciously he realizes he's enabling the destruction of planet Earth and the survivability of humans, and he wants to get to Mars somehow with his mom. They're going to recreate a new civilization, those two. Think about that. Wow, what a disaster that would be.
And you know, and again, he tweeted, working with Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising. Of course, there are no Doge devs.
There are no Doge devs.
But that's that's what you can see as well. You know, his milieu is carbon credits, shit coins issued by the government to obfuscate the fact that basically taxpayers are funding his $1 billion lifestyle. But also that these schemes like the Fed, all of these command and control systems, like these command and control single point of failure coins, that they don't actually know what they're doing.
Like the equivalent of, we're going to hire more devs to come in here and put a scheme together called quantitative easing. It's debt monetization, which is the recipe for disaster, has been for 100 years, but we're going to call it something different. We're going to call carbon credit something different. We're going to call social responsible investing something different. We're going to just keep redoing the same mistake, doubling down, tripling down, print, war, violence, social unrest, poverty, inflation, starvation, deprivation, opiate overdose, fiat money printing. You're doing it, central banks. You're doing it, central banks. You're doing it, central banks. You're the genocidal maniac. Bitcoin kills central banks. That's what it's designed for. It's in the Genesis block. Elon Musk is getting in the way of the Bitcoin singularity. And it's really sad because the amount that he's delaying the singularity is causing human suffering on an unparalleled scale. This guy is a massive liability at this point.
You know, another thing that happens when, you know, these
we're on the cusp of the singularity, and we're on the cusp of peace breaking out. And here's this egomaniacal psychopath who wants to come in at the last minute and do his little fandango dance, and then look at me. I mean, he makes Peter Schiff look, emotionally stable by comparison. Really. I mean, he makes. Look, look, we just got this, by the way. These are the.
It's a Bitcoin grenade.
It's a Bitcoin grenade. It got two
Bitcoin
colors.
is the meteor. Or is that an asteroid? No, I think it would be a meteor. That's the grenade.
That's the grenade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloaks, crypto cloaks, I think it's called.
Crypto